Lee Spencer, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio and CatchFence.com. JGR announced this morning that they've re-signed Denny. Can you just talk about what an asset he is to the company?
Yeah, I didn't know that, first off. But, yeah, I think, when you look at the success of JGR, Denny's a massive part of it. He's got 59 career wins, and all 59 have been at JGR. So when you think about a guy of Denny's caliber, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And, for him to be able to still be at the top of his game, if not, probably in his peak of his career right now, why would you not try to keep that guy in your race cars? So, yeah, I know for me it's been very just interesting and eye-opening, to be able to be teammates now with Denny and be kind of inside the walls and see how he approaches every single week of the season. And it does remind me a lot of, Harvick, kind of when I first got to SHR, just their way of going about, prepping for the weekend and just their intensity level. And, I would say Denny even has way more stuff going on outside of, the racetrack than Kevin has. And, he still manages to put the time in and the effort in week and week out. And that's why he's as successful as he is. So it's been a lot of fun for me just to get to know Denny, the last 5-6 months and be teammates with him. And he definitely, I would say makes all of us strive to be better, whether it's myself, Ty, or Bell. So, yeah, I'm glad that, he'll be there for the future as well.
Dale McFadden, FrenchStretch.com. Going off of Lee's first question, in the few months that you have been, or half the year that you've been with JGR, what is something you've learned about Denny being on the inside that you were surprised about?
Yeah, just truthfully how hard he works. From the outside looking in, you expect that, he has a ton of distractions, right, with the 2311 stuff. And, obviously he's got a lot going on at home, with 3 kids. I could definitely relate to that. And, he's literally there more than probably anybody as far as sim work goes from a post standpoint. He's week in and week out in the simulator when he would, I feel like, have every reason to kind of be able to get out of it, especially, he's been doing it for 20 years nearly. Like, I don't know. I think I had the same kind of misconception about Harvick where I just figured he does it all the time and, like, he doesn't need the sim work. And Denny puts in, I would say, more sim hours than any of us at JGR. So I think that was the biggest thing that I've kind of been surprised by. And just even how analytical he is. Like, every meeting we have, like, he's always got data to back up whatever he's talking about. When we do our post-practice sessions, debriefs, like, he's looking through every lap graph and data, and it's just very, very eye-opening just how into the analytics and into the data he is. And that's something that I've never really used in the past, and I've tried to start doing more this year just because I've seen that it makes a difference for him. So I would say that's probably the biggest thing.